Alright, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to right click, add folder, and we're going to rename the folder into IZ. And then we're going to move this folder onto our character's head. Alright, now we want to add a surface. And then we want to make sure the surface is on 0, 0 before adding it into the folder. Alright, we're going to drag it into the folder to IZ folder, just like that. We want to make sure it's in the middle of the head, just like that. Alright, now we're going to go into the Y, and we're going to make this 4.01. Just like that, so then it sits nicely on top of the face. And now we're going to make the ratio point. So we're going to click on custom ratio point. We're going to do the Z, and we're going to make this -2, so then it's in the middle. Alright, and now we're going to adjust the scales, so then we're adjusting our eyes. Just like that. Make it nice that you can make any eye size that you want. Just gonna go with kind of like that kind of eye shape. Alright, so once you've got your eye shape, you want to make this part of the eye kind of like see-through in a way. So what you want to do is you want to go over here into alpha blend mode, make that blended. We'll make the render depth -6. And then we want to click the opacity and make this 1. So then it should become this bluish color, but it's actually see-through. Alright, next step is that you want to create a cube. Make sure that cube is on 0, 0. And then put it onto your IZ folder, just like that. Alright, and then you want to copy your position and scale. And then put it onto the cube. Just like that. And then we want to readjust it. Just a little bit. Alright, and the reason why it's not sitting on the eye properly is because the custom rotation point is not the same. So you want to click on custom rotation point. Make sure it's exactly the same as your eye, and it'll sit nicely onto your eye. Alright, and now you want to go into project properties, make sure in library, and you want to find that exact same cube, and then you want to press invert, and this will make your cube see-through. Alright, go back onto your cube properties, and then we're going to click on the render depth, and we're going to make this -7. So then it kind of creates that. Oop. Alright, now I'm gonna make that Y go back a little bit more. So then it's exactly the same. So let's make it like the same. So 4.01, because that's what it looked nicely. Actually, no, let's make it 4 exactly. It's 4 exactly. There we go. You sure that looks nice? Oh, never mind. What's a good thing? We want it to make sure it's in the eye. Okay. So maybe like 3.5-ish? Something like that. Alright, so then it kind of creates that little like indent into the eye. You can adjust that kind of by just making it smaller like that and then just moving it back. Making sure that it's nicely done into the eye. There we go. So then it kind of creates like a crevice there. The next step is you want to put these surface and cube into a folder. So add folder. Make sure that's in there as well. We're going to name this right eye. And now before we copy and paste this, we're going to actually go back onto our surface and we're going to make the Z 0 and we're going to make the cube 0 as well. And the reason is this is because that Z should be controlled by your IZ folder. So then we're going to move that up just like that. So then we're able to, so when we do the scale, see, it's able to blink nicely. Alright, so the first thing you want to do before creating your face rig is you want to create your character, and you want to make sure your character's skin has no face on it at all. You want it to be blank, just like this. Alright, now we're going to copy this right eye folder, so we're going to duplicate it, and I'm going to name this left eye. We want to go onto our left eye, actually, and we want to get rid of that negative to make it a positive, same with the cube. So then it's in the same position. And there you go, you have your two eyes. Now, we're going to add pupils. So we want to do add folder. We're going to name it pupils. We're going to put this folder onto our head. And then we're going to create another cube. Make sure this cube is on 0, 0, 0 before adding it onto the folder. We're going to move this cube into the pupils folder. And then we're going to do the custom rotation point as -2. And it's the same with everything else. And then we're going to rescale this cube. I recommend changing it to a different color so then you're able to see it nicely. You want to position it nicely. And then you have your first pupil. Good. So we're going to change this cube into -9. Make sure the render depth is -9. But then when you blink, you won't be able to see. Oh my god. Oop. Alright, so when you click on the Z, make sure you don't click on anything else. When you do this, it goes away. So then it doesn't like pop out of your eye. And then we're just going to duplicate this. And then again, we're just going to change the X position into a positive. So it looks, oh, it looks kind of derpy. Oh no, why does he look so silly? Hold on. There you go. He still kind of looks so silly. But basically that's your eye now. As you can see, he looks so silly. Now, I am going to be doing the custom eye textures in a different video just because it's a lot more to do. So I'm going to be doing the custom eye textures in a different video, but basically you can get like eyes like this as well. What you can do as well is you can add another cube and then you can kind of create the pupil, which I kind of done here because I was too lazy to retexture the eye. But at the moment, you got your eyes right there. Alright, so now the next bit is the eyebrows. Now the eyebrows are quite simple. Character parts, and we're going to find Steve, and we're going to find body, and we want to create. So 0, 0, 0, just like that. And now we're going to create a folder, add folder, make this eyebrows. We're going to put this onto the head, just like that. And we're going to put the body of Steve onto there as well. And then we're going to name this one right eyebrow. Or just right in general. Alright. Now we want to position it onto our head nicely. So I'm going to position the X into -2.7. And I'm going to do the rotation as 90. Make that 90. And actually, before we do anything else, I'm actually going to do another folder. Oh. Yeah, before we do anything, I'm actually going to do so in the IZ, I'm going to do add folder. And we're going to rename this eye control, just so everything stays organized. And then we're going to move everything into there. Alright, perfect. And now we're going to move the folder. So it's just like, kind of like that. Kind of like that, maybe like forward, just like that. And now we're going to move it up maybe like, let's make it just there-ish. Alright, and now we want to position it where it's going to bend. So let's see, where is it gonna bend? So it's bending like that, so that's good. But we want it to go downwards more, so we're going to change the rotation of the X to 90 as well, just like that. Make this 0. Now we're going to scale it, just like that. I'm gonna move it a bit, and there's our first bit of our eyebrow. And now we're gonna duplicate this right eyebrow. Duplicate. And then we're gonna lock it onto itself, just like that. And then we're gonna just rename it to like a negative or something, so then we know not to touch it or anything. Then we wanna reset everything. Reset everything, just like that. Alright, and then right after that, you want to click on bend right over here. And you want to just keep repeating the process until you get the length of the eyebrow that you want. Which I think this is pretty much a good length. Hold on. Let me quickly fix it. Actually, no, one more and it should be done. Okay, so we're going to do duplicate again. Lock it onto himself. And there we go. I think that's a good shaped eyebrow. Just like that. Good. So now, after we've done that, you should be able to just click on your eyebrow and then all the bends should work nicely together, just like that. Alright, now you want to click on color right here. And then, actually, hold on, we need to select all of them. You want to make sure they all have the color tab right there. So then if you change the colors, they all change the colors, just like that. But you want to do the mix. Okay, so we'll change the colors to fix it. You want to do the mix percentage as 100%. So then it basically just changes the colors whenever you like. But I'm just going to do it as black, so it's easy. Alright, and now you want to duplicate this right one. Duplicate. Rename it to left. And then we're going to rotate it. We're going to rotate it -90. Position it just like that. So then when we click on both of these, we select both of them and we do rotating, they should be able to rotate exactly the same. And there you go, you have your two eyebrows. Alright, now we want to grab our eyebrow folder. We want to put it in your IZ folder. We want to move them back down to your position that you want them to be. And then you want to click off this scale. So now when you move your eyebrows up and down, or when you move your eyes up and down now with the Z, they will move with your eyes, which is what we want. So when you blink, they're there. Alright, now we're going to be making the mouth. So the first thing we want to do is we want to create a folder. Add folder. Name it mouse. Put it onto the head. Now we're going to go into our eyebrows folder. And we're actually going to duplicate this right eyebrow. Duplicate. And then we're going to put it in our mouth folder. And then we're going to adjust it so then it kind of clips in. Let's see, 4.01. And probably scale it. Scale the Y so it's flat. And adjust this to 4.01 so that it's right on the face like that. Alright, and this is going to be our first bit of our mouth. Alright, and now what we want to do is we want to duplicate that. And then spin it around. Make this negative. And put it right there. Now this is our first bit of our mouth. So what we should be able to do is we should be able to select both of them and then... Oh! Might have done that the wrong way around. Never mind, we want to flip it again. So let's actually move this one here. We're going to move this one here. So they're kind of like that. So then, be able to do the bends, you can do kind of like a brown. Do the mix color to all the way white, 100. So there we go. Alright, the next bit we're going to do now is we're going to grab a cylinder. Create a cylinder. Make sure everything is 0, 0 before putting it in the folder. Okay, and then we want to put this in the first folder all the way at the end to like the end of our mouse, which is right there. Then we want to flip it around. So using this, we want this bit here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it. Let's go 90, just like that. Then we want to flatten it a bit. Want to really flatten that. Kind of want to just adjust it in a way that gives you the curve at the end. Now this bit is a bit fidgety, so you're gonna have to like keep adjusting it till you kind of get a shape just like that. Now mine still needs a bit of adjusting, so I'm gonna just quickly adjust it. Alright, and then you want to duplicate that. And then you want to do exactly the same but put it onto the other side. And it should be already perfect. Alright, so there's your first bit of the mouth. So you want to be able to select both of them and then it should be work fine just like that. Alright, now we're going to make these see-through again. So again, make that render depth -7, blender, and then make the opacity 1%. But you're probably going to have to select all of them. So just quickly select all of them till you get your see-throughness again. There's a bit of the mouth. You can adjust your mouth as well. But the one thing that we have to make sure is that all this is on 0, 0. And I'm going to make sure the folder is a thing that is controlling all of this. So again, make this 0.01 so that it's on the face. There we go. So then I'm pretty sure we'll be able to open it just like that, and then we'll be able to move it just like that as well. So I'm actually going to make this a little bit smaller. So for the inside bit, we're going to do another folder, and this one's going to be, just name it mouse, underscore inside, make sure it's on there. Alright, make sure these two are not together at all. We do not want those to be together or they will adjust with each other. Okay, so once we got that, we're going to create a cube. Make sure the cube is 0, 0. I'm going to change the color of the cube to like a darkish reddish color. And then we want to find that cube in the properties, project properties, and make that inverted. Drag that cube over into the mouth inside folder, and then adjust it. Alright, and then we want to change its render depth to we're able to see it. So for me, it's -8, and we'll be able to see it inside. So now, once we click on mouth lips, we'll be able to open it, and you'll see like the red inside, which is what we want. Alright, now the only bits I'm missing are the teeth, which we can make with the cubes. So let's grab our cube here. Create another folder, make this as teeth. Put it inside of the teeth, put the cube inside of the teeth folder. We want to put this teeth one where the mouth is inside. Not mouth inside, where the mouth lips are. We got our teeth. So let's kind of adjust the teeth size, that's what we want. Then change the render depth so that you'll be able to see it inside. So mine's gonna be 8 again. Find your mouth shape that you want for it to be the original shape. So I'm gonna say like here is gonna be the original shape. Adjust the teeth how you want it to be. So I kind of want that to be there, and then I want the bottom set or the top set to be like there. Then move the mouse so it works nicely like that. Now the up thing is going to be a little difficult. You're gonna have to just adjust it a bit, like between the different teeth, like the rotation and all that. So let's say we want the rotation point to be like -17. So we have our mouth now. Now the teeth are really fidgety, so you're gonna have to really fidget with the teeth, but we basically got our mouth now. We can open it up wide. It looks really derpy. But basically you can adjust your face, you can adjust your mouth, and you can make it look something more like what my one looks like. You can really do some really cool things. Now, I'm going to be showing how to make like custom pupils and how to do like the eyelashes onto your characters in a different video, just because it's a lot more content that I have to tell. But at the moment, this is just how you make the basic face rig. It looks kind of silly at the moment, but again, you can just adjust it. You can do like different color eyebrows. You can also do, like if you find like textures on Google and all that, you can actually change the texture of the cube with the eyes and all that.